Okay, so here's one of the many channels on the YouTubes. Yeah. What I want to highlight is you've probably heard some of these account moderators rattle off, and don't forget to like and subscribe, blah, blah, blah. And that shit's effective if you keep rattling it off, typically speaking. And if you're not pushing the envelope. In other words, if you're not doing what I've been doing. It works in a lot of ways because people aren't thinking for themselves. They love being told what the fuck to do. What I'm getting at is if you and I were surrounded by well-meaning people, yeah, picking up what I'm putting down, they were truly willing to do the right fucking thing. In other words, if they digest this and they took something away from it, it was enjoyable. Look at how many people have viewed this. Look at how many people have clicked like. These are the same kids that will say kindness doesn't cost a thing. And yet, 657 out of how many? 9,900 people could bring themselves to click like on this. A good majority of them enjoyed it. Some of them probably didn't, but still, what the fuck is wrong with people? Thing is most people, and this goes right back to it, most people aren't thinking for themselves. They're just a bunch of narcissistic, superficial little twats. That's the cold hard truth of it. Keep in mind, I'm no better than this. I was indoctrinated into the same system as you. But it's a temporary system, which means you can choose your fucking adventure. Most people aren't doing that. Most people haven't actively, set out on this journey. They're just playing follow the leader. Just picture all the people walking around with their, neck kinked, staring at their phone. Just think about any social trend that takes off like wildfire. People don't think for themselves. They don't act like individuals. It's just a carbon copy of a carbon copy. What was the thing? It was a skate video. There's a guy that I kicked his dick in the dirt because he's doing the same thing as everybody else. And I told him how fucking original. It's one of those where you don't go out and you don't skate. You just film yourself reacting to numerous videos where people eat shit. And a lot of people have done it. It's the same tired song and fucking dance. It's not original. It's not creative. Whoever first knocked that out, good on them. Cool. I hadn't seen that before. Anytime something's being shopped around, in terms of it being viral, people just digest it and shit it back out. Carbon fucking copies. Instead of saying or doing something original, you could do that with these things as well. I've done it in the past and people usually react poorly, even when I was being congenial for the most part. I wasn't doing the same thing. I wasn't following the same format as everybody else, which means it wasn't familiar to them. They couldn't understand because it was just so fucking abstract. I've kept it pretty simple in some of these cases, and I know I'm not giving you an example. I was a hell of a lot nicer online many years ago. Until I realized what was coming, and then I said, well, all right. I can either, sit on my fucking palms and do nothing, or I can at least try to challenge people and see if this shakes out and some decent people actually come forward. It hasn't gone well, for the most part. There's a few of you out there that give a shit. At least that's what you've claimed. There's a few of you out there, or at least over the years, that have told me that you're interested, which is great. That's fine and dandy. But if you're not taking notes and you're not putting in time and all the other stuff, it means fuck all. And the same applies to if you're sucking the day's dick, as I often put it. You're clinging to the paradigms. You still believe in all these outlines that our masters have left online. It's the same difference as the social engineering trends. It's the same fucking difference. If you think that any answers have ever been spoon-fed you online through these, mass-marketed fill in the fucking blank, you're dumber than... Can you fill in the blank? Can you? Can you? A spoon in a pot of oatmeal? I love playing the Mad Libs game. I mean, how many of you guys are challenging yourselves, truly fucking challenging yourselves in numerous ways, often? Sometimes I'll think of, this is great too, because I'm talking about numerous things that are connected. They're interconnected, but most people, if you do talk about more than one fucking thing, you'll lose them these days. I've had so many people bark at me. What does that have? That doesn't have anything to do with the post. What's happening? Is this real life? Ah! And then they disassociate, I guess, and take their big pharma medication. And yeah. So what I was going to say is he's a celebrity puppet, and I don't know if this is in fact true, but Anthony Hopkins has gone on record and stated that he makes himself memorize a poem or something along those lines once a week. I think it's once a week. And I still think that's admirable if it's true. I don't have the consistency to do that. I mean, I'm all over the fucking place, as you guys can tell. Either way, I was hoping to highlight something in here. Maybe you took something away from it. Chances are you probably didn't, at least most of you. And those of you who are actually chipping away at things, keeping up, putting in the time, taking notes, etc., I appreciate it, and I hope it fucking goes somewhere. Because if more people pulled their heads out of their ass, you and I would be better off, but what the fuck do I know?